Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Rose and I am on a debt-free journey. So today I'll be diving into a very crucial part of the budgeting process, and that is to update my budget plan with my actual spending. So if you are tired of your budget feeling like a distant, unattainable goal, this video is for you. So come along with me. All right, so you are looking at my expense tracker, and this is my variable expense tracker. I have two expense tracker, a consumer debt tracker and a variable expense tracker. So you are looking at my variable expense tracker, and I'm tracking all my expenses from the 14th of September till today, which is the 28th of September, because I'm updating today to get to close out my budget and move into a new budgeting period. Okay, so on the 14th, we did Home Depot for $20.96. We did Chick-fil-A, which I coded into my grocery category, for $22.30. We did Costco, and that's grocery as well, for $155.28. Kroger on the 14th as well for groceries, and that's $35.94. On the 14th as well, we did a doctor's appointment at Kaiser. That's coded under the medical copay category, and that's $45. We did pharmacy on the 14th and on the 16th. Prescription copay, that's $167.64 and $55.35 respectively. Also on the 16th, we did fuel, and I code fuel under housing and general expense category. That's $36.45. On the 20th, my Apple subscription came out for $1.99. On the 24th, we did fuel for $58.65. On the 24th again, I took my son to his endo appointment at Children's Hospital. That's coded under medical copay for $45. I had my own appointment on the 24th as well for $45 copay. And we went to Chick-fil-A, which I code on the groceries, and I'll explain why I code Chick-fil-A on the groceries in just a minute, for $29.73. We had to pay parking at Children's Hospital, and I put that under miscellaneous because I did not budget for that, and that's $3. On the 24th, we filled another prescription for $45.01. On the 26th, I did a digital top up for my niece in Jamaica, and that's $18.75. And I also had to send her some money, and I put that under miscellaneous because this wasn't planned for $105. All right, so I code Chick-fil-A, which should be eating out, under groceries because I did not budget any money for eating out. So I'm just taking this money because it's food related from my grocery budget, because I didn't make any preparation for eating out, and we had to eat out because we were at the doctor's office, and both my husband and my son, they are diabetic, so they cannot go too long without eating. All right, so for the grocery category, that's $243.25 total spent. For medical copay, that's $135. For prescription, it's $268. Fuel is $95.10. Miscellaneous is $147.71, and subscription is $1.99. And I just make sure that I have both columns equaling the same amount because I use a formula to calculate over here. All right, so now that I've gone through the variable expense tracker, I'm just going to switch over to my consumer debt tracker so I can get all the tracking updates out of the way before I go to the budget worksheet. So the Ashley Furniture card was paid, minimum payment for $30. Best Buy was paid for $30. My Amex Delta was paid for $40. PayPal credit number 2 was paid on the 15th for $30. And my Macy's card was also paid on the 15th for $51.50. Home Depot was paid on the 15th for $29. My PayPal MasterCard was paid on the 15th for $60.62. This $60.62, I made an extra debt payment. Let me go over the PayPal MasterCard. So I made the extra debt payment on the PayPal MasterCard for $30.62. So the total paid is $60.62. $30 from our paycheck and $30.62 from Rakuten, and I paid that earlier than the 15th. So 2 payments were made on the PayPal MasterCard. For PayPal number 1, the $68 minimum payment was met, as well as my Discover for $166. Best Buy number 2, payment was met for $43. And for my Best Buy card, this Best Buy card here, I made some changes to the Best Buy card. It's not going to be due on the 18th because it was normally due on the 28th. So what I did was just went in, get it updated so I can have all my bills due around the same time. So it can be a little bit easier for me to close out my budget and to make the new budget, because I normally have to wait until the 10th to get the correct balance for Best Buy. So that's the reason why I'm changing up that, so I can have everything ready when I'm ready to do my new budget. Okay, so both cards were paid on the 15th. That would have been the last payment, because the first payment for my split pay starts on the last day of the month, and then the last payment is on the 15th. So that those 2 payments will complete the payment for the month, because the bill is normally due on the 15th. And it's the same thing for our personal loans as well. They're both due on the 15th, but I split them for the 31st paycheck and the 15th paycheck, because we are using the split pay method. So all those have been satisfied. So the total that was paid for credit cards is $548.12. Okay, so let me just go over to the September budget worksheet and to continue with the updates. All right, so these expenses were updated when I did my first check-in. So what I'm going to do now is to go up to the income section, because I need to do some updates to the income section just to add in the amount of money that I got from the girls, which is $600. And now I'll be able to update. All right, so the half of the rent was paid for $1,215.50, and that's going to be a half of the rent for October. Water was paid for $198. Where is that figure? $198.62. No money was budgeted for security because it's not yet due. The car insurance was paid and updated on the 15th. The cell phone bill was paid for the $295. Internet bill. This internet bill has not yet been deducted from the account, so I'm just gonna leave this here, because I like, even though I have the money set aside in the account for the internet bill, I like to update once it has been posted, and I don't see where it. Let me take a quick look to see if they already take it out, because today is the 28th, so let me see if they took it out. Okay, so I am not seeing this internet bill taken out as yet, so I'm going to leave it as 0. I went in and I paid gas for $64.15, and I paid electricity for $210. All right, so I also think that I'm going to change the dates for these bills, so that I can have everything consistently in the mid-month, so I can just take care of everything. And when I'm doing my updates, I'll just have everything updated at the same time. Okay, so for life insurance, I paid $121.15. Okay, so far, no. For fuel, I need to update fuel. Fuel is $95.10. For groceries, it was $243.25. For medical copay expenses, that was $135. And for prescription was $268. Let me just go back to my expense tracker to see. Yes, prescription copay was $268. Okay. All right, so with the exception of the internet bill, all line items in the housing and general expense category is now updated, and I'm already over my budget here. I budgeted $3,109.65, and I spent $3,191.10 so far. Okay, so moving along to savings and sinking funds, I didn't set aside any money for savings. For personal and discretionary, I budgeted $70 for barber. That was not done. So I'm putting 0 here, and I'll be filling these with zeros as well. Okay, for car payment number 1 and 2, both were already updated. For credit cards, I paid $548.12. No, I need to redo this $548 here because it's also including, let me go here and see. All right, so go back to the consumer debt tracker. I need to take out, for the PayPal MasterCard, I need to only add the $30 here because that's the only amount that was taken out, and I need to remove the Ashley Furniture payment to get the correct amount. And the reason being is the PayPal MasterCard, the extra payment was paid before, and it wasn't from our paycheck. So the updated amount is $487.50. And for the Ashley Furniture card, this was paid from the August 31st paycheck. And remember that I'm only updating all the payments from all the expenses from my September 15th paycheck. All right, so going back to the consumer debt tracker, and if I go to credit cards here, you will see credit cards extra debt payment for $30.62 that I already accounted for here. So I would be double counting it if I add it again over here, and that's gonna put me over my budget. So I budgeted for credit cards $490, and I paid $487.50. All right, there was no additional extra debt payment. Personal loan 1 and 2 was already updated. So I budgeted $1,968.66 for total debt, and I paid $1,946.19. Okay, and I'm gonna move over now to miscellaneous. For miscellaneous, subscription was paid for $1.99, and I am going to add a line item here. Let me see if I have gifts. All right, so the money that I gave away, I'm gonna add it to gifts. So I'll have to go back to personal and discretionary because I need to account for that. Okay, so there are 3 miscellaneous items here. 105 plus 1875. So 126.75. What else is added into miscellaneous here for it to be 147.71? Okay, so I added the Home Depot purchase into miscellaneous. Okay, I see. So there is 126 that I gave away. That's going to be going into gifts. There is the $3 for parking, and then the purchase that I made at Home Depot that I took from miscellaneous as well. I'm going to code that as miscellaneous for $20.96. So I'm going to put that into did not budget. Did I remove that? So gifts is going to be $126.75. For where can I put this miscellaneous? Going to add a new line here. Subscription, rollover, caution transfer. Okay, so I do not have a line where I have general miscellaneous or things that I did not budget for. So I'm just adding that new line here, and I'm going to put that as unexpected spending. So So unexpected, I'm gonna lump that together as $23.96. Okay. All right, so this 151.07 here was the money that I had left over when I did the budget. There was this 151.07 that was left. I am going to, for gifts, I'm going to take the gifts from here, the 126.75, and I can take that out there. Okay, so for the miscellaneous category, I had $176.07 in this category. This 151, remember, was left in the account because it wasn't budgeted. All right, so from this amount, all this happened. So it's 152.70 that was taken out from the miscellaneous category. All right, so let me go back to the top and see what's going on here. All right, so there is still, based on my spreadsheet, $34.39. There's $34.39 left. All right, so I am checking this bank account here. Okay, so I'm checking my bank account and my expense account rather, and my landing account, because I left this extra money in the landing account, and I am not getting exactly what I have on the spreadsheet because my landing account is showing me $43. Okay, I think I know what's going on because I didn't use this $70 here for barber. So my landing account is still showing $43 and my expense account is showing the $80 for the internet bill. All right, so, and guys, I just want to take this moment to say that if you are budgeting and you are not tracking your expenses, please start doing it, because let me tell you something. Expense tracking has been a big game changer for me. When I'm doing my budget check-in and updates, I'm coming in blindly. So whatever you see is what I am seeing at the same time as well when I'm doing my check-ins. Because when we get paid, I move all the money in separate directions. And that's how I use the money. So there are times when I'm wondering like now I'm wondering why I still have $43 in my landing account. And if it wasn't for updating my budget and checking in, it wouldn't be ringing a bell for me. So it's like, I can see clearer now. I can see my finances clearer. It's like it's telling me a story. And as I'm talking about see clearer now, I remember this song. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. All of the dark clouds that had me blind, it's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. And that is how I'm feeling at this moment. When I can go back and I can say, this is what I did. And it's all because of tracking my expenses. And I tell you, honestly, tracking my expenses has been a big game changer for me. And I hope that if you haven't been tracking your expenses, please start doing it. Because I want you to see as clear as I can see where every dollar is going for me. So with that said, we have come to the end of this budget check-in. And I hope that this video will help or has helped someone to understand the importance of how to update your budget, how to track your expenses. I am still identifying areas for improvement. So if it is that you're tracking, you're budgeting and you're tracking expenses, it's getting to you, stick to it, because you will improve. As you keep doing it, you're going to be improving. Just find the best ways that works for you and the way that you can understand how your money is moving. And once you do that, you can confidently transition from paycheck to paycheck, knowing that you have fully utilized your income. So with that said, guys, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you will be notified when I upload a new video. Guys, please, come on. Let us take control of our finances together. I am determined to make my finances better, and I am determined that I am not going to leave you behind. So come with me. All right, so until the next video, keep tracking. We are going to reach there. Bye.